Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me this afternoon is your Chief of Police, Chad Brecklin. Chad, welcome back to the show. Glad to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing this afternoon?
Wonderful. How's all your staff doing down in PD world?
I'm going to speculate they're looking forward to warmer weather this weekend since it's been rather cold the last several days.
Yeah, I like to watch as the officers come and go to see who has their windows down and who has
how many
that's
layers.
How you know.
Yeah, how
that's
many
really
layers they're wearing.
That's how I judge that spring is coming.
Yep.
When I see that, and I've got although it's probably you didn't have anything to do with it. We had Drago stop on Valentine's Day.
Well, I did not have anything to do that as much as I might want to take credit for that. And I hope that you and your viewers saw the Valentines that were put out that Drago was the star of.
We did, and that's why we brought him here, because he gave everybody Valentines. We gave him a big Valentines here. We put a special prize in the Valentines and let him open it up.
Nice.
It didn't go as well as we hoped. We were hoping that he would shred it to pieces, but... You know, John has that dog pretty well trained.
Yeah, there's not a lot of deviance there from that dog, so particularly when it relates to diet as well. So,
right, yeah, no, those two are really fit, and I could take a page out of their book.
But. Yeah, but I do want to acknowledge that John Parker, Drago, and I assume Lieutenant Hartwick was probably behind those Valentines, and they were pretty cool.
Yeah, they were. It was a nice touch. Nice touch there, and hopefully you downloaded those. If not, they're still up on the Facebook page, so you can get to that. All right, we bring you in here not to talk about Valentine's, but we do want to get an update on other things happening in the department. And we start with a recent case, attempted homicide happened last week, and hoping to give a quick update on what's going on from your standpoint.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot new on that case, Jeremy. At this point in time, we have turned the case over to our detective bureau, and we have some folks that are obviously following up on the case and working with the victim and following up on leads and processing evidence and those sorts of things. I would love to have reported that an arrest has been made in the case already, but unfortunately we're not there yet, and I hope that through our continued hard work and efforts we'll be there at some point in the future.
Yeah, we'll certainly keep you up to date here. I know you'll pass it along as that comes in.
And if I may also add that if anybody over in the New Fountains area of Anton Drive happened to see anything that evening, however menial they may believe it was, they certainly could contact us and provide any information that they may have saw about their observations.
Yeah, I was just going to go to that next piece here.
Well, I'm here to give a segue for you.
I know. We worked this out like you wouldn't believe.
Who's the host of the show?
Oh, jeez. Well, Andrew, technically, I guess, not me. The importance of tips and whatnot. We just saw that Sheriff's Department putting out their app, and one of the big things Dave talked about was that it puts it at people's fingertips to communicate with the department. On this side, we have a lot of ways to communicate. So whether the incident that took place with the attempted homicide to whatever, there's plenty of ways to reach our department.
The department does have quite a few ways. Obviously, just our regular dispatch number is one way. We also maintain our own Crime Stoppers line, which I believe is 270-4321.
You got it.
And we also partner with Madison Area Crime Stoppers, who I believe is 266-6014, as a couple of phone options.
You're really on the money here,
Madison,
sir.
Well, sometimes I store things that aren't maybe always useful, but occasionally useful. I believe Madison Area Crime Stoppers also will accept tips via text message. And we also have a service on our website where we will also accept text message tips as well. And there's also just a fillable form on our website where you can submit a tip that way as well. So in several of those formats, people are able to remain anonymous and provide their information in that fashion if that's how they feel comfortable to provide it. But clearly having multiple ways for folks to provide information to us in a way that's most comfortable to them, either text, phone, in person, whatever the case may be, and potentially anonymous, I think hopefully affords that opportunity for people to share that information with us. Because without information from our community, it makes our jobs all that more difficult in keeping our community safe.
Absolutely. And you can accept, again, we've talked about this in the past too, but it could be cell phone, it could be other forms that whatever you got might help, even if you're not sure.
Right.
But it was pointing that direction or whatever, definitely can be helpful there. As we turn to the warm temperatures coming up, Chad, we probably are going to enjoy the weather really good here. What would be some safety tips as it does warm up?
Yeah, well, hopefully it's going to come sooner rather than later. I know, typically some of these things happen as April gets a little bit closer, but with the warm snap this weekend, it's possible we might see more people out walking, running, bicycling, so folks should, be attentive to that. The roads will hopefully clear up here this weekend and have less snow and ice pack on them and basically be completely dry, so watching your speed and those sorts of things, buckling up is always, regardless of the season, important. Having a designated driver if you decide to go out and have a couple of beverages is also something that we obviously strongly advocate for, or using a rideshare service or cab company or even the Safe Rider program. So those sorts of things are things that we'd want folks to be aware of. And as we know, construction season is also going to be starting soon in a variety of locations, once again, this year in Fitchburg. And I won't steal the thunder of probably the engineering department that you also have on as a guest, but please be mindful.
Once a week, Chad. Yeah, boy, we're blowing this one wide open.
You're going to have that maybe more than once a week.
But, right.
Obviously for folks to just monitor their speed, put down their cell phones, respect the traffic measures that have been put in place to either limit or restrict lanes and turns. If a road is closed, please don't use it. It's for your own safety.
Moving the barricades.
Yes, do not move barricades. Recognize that the construction workers, that is their workplace, and be mindful of that and drive safely through it. So I'm sure we could do a whole 7 or 8 minute segment just on that. But
Chad, I will be following. I guarantee I will be following up just on that piece from the department a little bit later in the month. Yeah, the first meeting, by the way, is coming up here really fast in March for the construction, specifically to Fish Hatchery Road, but I digress. We'll save that for another time. Real quick, you also had 2 new hires in the department and 2 moving off training into on the road.
Yeah, so in January we hired officers Ariana Ridgely and Olivia Munson. Ariana is currently in field training, and Olivia is off at the Police Academy at Madison College. And officers Megan Paskey and Logan Enke finished their field training process as well recently, so they are now out and assigned to shifts in the community. Officer Paskey is working 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Officer Enke is working 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. So if you happen to see them out and about, say hello.
Well, if you see them out at 3 a.m., I don't know.
You might be on your way to work, stop at the coffee shop or the Quick Trip and run into them there.
So there's still a coffee donut thing in the PD world?
Well, coffee. We're very health conscious, so probably just English muffins and bagels.
Fantastic, Chad. Always a pleasure to have you on here. Tell everybody hi and stay safe out there.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break, wrap up the show next. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.